Glad to have you with us tonight. I'm Brad Burr.
And I'm Shelley Kirk. We begin tonight in Boonville, where a jury puts an end to a saga that started 2.5 years ago. Eyewitness News' Ryan Witry was in the courtroom as a jury delivered its verdict to Brian Baumgartner this afternoon. Ryan, what was the verdict?
Brad, Shelley, a jury of his peers has convicted Brian Baumgartner on all 4 counts, including murder, in connection to the 2019 death of Valerie Wark.
We've got the justice that they asked for, but at the end of the day, they don't get to go home and put their arms around her. So it's, it is a very emotional situation.
A saga dating back 2.5 years, coming to an end after 4 hours of deliberation and a guilty verdict for Brian Baumgartner.
I think we changed the outcome a little bit by delaying the closing from yesterday afternoon until today, and we gave a chance to, let the jury do it with a fresh mind.
The verdict comes after jurors heard evidence from local law enforcement and FBI agents. But Warwick County Prosecutor Michael Perry says the best testimony he heard may have come from Baumgartner himself.
In this case, unfortunately, the best piece of evidence, I believe, was the defendant getting on the stand and testifying. I think he probably did more damage to his case than helped it.
I advised him of his rights to remain silent, but he chose to tell his side of the story, and he felt he had to.
Warwick County Chief Public Defender Warren Mathias says Baumgartner still has an avenue for appeal.
The prosecution was allowed to amend their charging information on the last day of the trial. And the case law, body of case law in Indiana is heavily against that. So I would anticipate as sentencing comes on and Mr. Baumgartner and I meet, he may be lodging an appeal.
Now, Warwick County Coroner Sarah Seaton testified that a typo on Warwick's death certificate caused the mistake in the charging information. Baumgartner is scheduled to be sentenced on December 2nd, and he faces decades in prison. Earlier this year, another man charged in connection to Warwick's death, Anthony Wolf Jr., was sentenced to 75 years in prison. Reporting live from Warwick County, Ryan Witry, Eyewitness News.